is a tip. This primer tray here, and a primer trough here. This primer tray needs to be agitated, needs to shake while you're working the press to feed primers into the trough and to make sure you are feeding primers onto your primer pin. Now, there's a pin here in the trough that goes all the way through here. This pin is supposed to ride in these two grooves here to shake the primer tray to ensure a smooth flow of primers. Now, it's not always the case. As you can see there, that's not shaking enough. It's a little bit, but not enough. Now, here's a tip. With the press at the bottom, remove your shell plate, and you'll see underneath your shell plate, there's two Phillips head screws holding the top carrier onto the carrier core. Okay. Now, you can, with the press at the bottom, and be careful doing this, because if you remove these screws all the way, your bottom cover is going to fall out, and your index ball and spring is going to jump out there, and you're going to have to go look all over the floor for them. So be careful when doing this. Only with the press at the bottom like this. Loosen just a little bit these two Phillips head screws. Just a bit. Okay? Now, raise your carrier so that pin is in that groove, and push the carrier cover a little bit. Not a lot of pressure. You don't want it to be too bad, too hard on the press, because that can bind everything up. So just a little bit. And if you move your carrier cover, you're going to misalign your primer pin and all those things, and so you don't want to do that. So just keep it there, just a tiny bit of pressure. Tighten the screw again, and also you don't need a lot of force to tighten these things, because remember the screw is tightening into a plastic cover at the bottom. Okay, so two screws are covered. Let's see if that worked. Okay, our primer pin still clears, our index pin still clears. Look at that. See how the primer tray is now agitated? That will ensure primers are free flowing down the chute onto the slide and the guide, and feeding onto the pin like that. Okay, try that, but be careful. Don't overdo things.